How do women actually choose men, and why do some men get attention effortlessly while others stay invisible? This question has confused millions of men for years. If you ask different women what they want, you will hear different answers. Confidence, humor, kindness, loyalty. The list keeps changing. But here's the truth most people ignore. Beneath all those answers is a deeper biological pattern running the show. This pattern is not based on opinions. It is based on survival instincts that have been shaping human attraction for thousands of years. And once you understand this, everything starts to make sense. This is not about texting tricks or playing games. This is about understanding the real forces behind attraction. Stay with this till the end, because what you are about to learn can completely change how you see relationships and how women respond to you. Let's break it down from the foundation. Human attraction is not random. It follows patterns rooted in evolutionary psychology. Long before modern dating existed, survival depended on choosing the right partner. Women had to choose men who could protect, provide, and lead. That instinct did not disappear. It evolved. Today it shows up in subtle ways. The way a woman reacts to your presence, your confidence, your direction in life. These are not just preferences, they are signals. Most men try to impress with surface-level behaviors, but attraction operates at a deeper level. It is automatic and often unconscious. This is why you can do everything right on paper and still get ignored. And another man who breaks all the rules still gets attention. The difference is not luck. The difference is alignment with these deeper instincts. Rule number 1. Women are naturally drawn toward higher value men. This concept is often misunderstood, but it is simple when you strip it down. In nature, females choose the strongest, most capable male because survival depends on it. This instinct still exists in human psychology. It does not mean women are disloyal. It means their attraction responds to perceived value. If a woman is with a man and suddenly encounters someone who appears more confident, more successful, or more dominant, her emotions can react instantly. She may not act on it, but the spark is real. This is not about morality, it is about biology. What this really means is simple. If you stop growing, you become replaceable. Attraction is not fixed. It responds to who you are becoming, not who you were in the past. Think about this scenario. A woman is in a stable relationship with a decent man. He treats her well. Everything looks fine on the surface. Then she meets someone who carries a stronger presence. Maybe he is more driven, more confident, or simply stands out in a room. Suddenly, her attention shifts. She might not even understand why. She tells herself it is nothing, but internally comparison has already started. This is how attraction works. It is constantly evaluating. It is constantly measuring. And it is always looking for the best option available. This is not something you can control in others, but you can control where you stand in that comparison. You either evolve or you slowly fade into the background. There is no middle ground. Rule number 2. Preselection changes everything. This is one of the most powerful and least understood forces in attraction. Studies in social psychology show that people are perceived as more attractive when others already find them desirable. In simple terms, if other women want you, your value instantly increases. This happens because attraction is not judged in isolation. It is influenced by social proof. Women subconsciously trust the choices of other women. It acts as a shortcut. Instead of analyzing everything from scratch, the brain assumes that if others are interested, there must be something valuable about you. This is why a man who is ignored when he's alone suddenly becomes noticeable when he is seen with an attractive woman. Nothing about him changed, but perception did. You have probably seen this in real life. A man who gets little attention when he is single suddenly becomes the center of attention when he enters a room with a confident, attractive partner. Other women start noticing him more. Conversations open up. Interest increases. This is not coincidence. It is preselection at work. It signals that he has already passed a certain standard, that he is capable of attracting quality. And that makes him safer to choose. What this means for you is clear. Your social environment matters. The people you surround yourself with affect how you are perceived. Attraction is not just about who you are. It is also about how you are seen by others. Rule number 3. Attraction depends on polarity. Opposites create tension, and tension creates attraction. Masculine and feminine energies are not the same, and they are not supposed to be. When a man becomes overly passive, indecisive, or constantly seeking approval, the dynamic shifts. The woman is forced to take control and attraction begins to fade. Not because she wants to dominate, but because the natural balance is broken. Strong attraction requires contrast. It requires a clear masculine presence that allows feminine energy to respond naturally. Without that contrast, everything becomes neutral, and neutrality kills desire. Look at how this plays out in real situations. When you hesitate, overthink, and constantly ask for approval, the energy becomes weak. She feels it instantly. But when you take the lead, make decisions, and move with certainty, her response changes. She relaxes. She becomes more expressive. This is not about control. It is about direction. Women feel safe when they sense clarity and strength, and that safety creates attraction. The strongest connections are not built on comfort alone. They are built on this dynamic tension between masculine direction and feminine response. Rule number 4, status shapes attraction. This is not about money alone. It is about how others perceive you. In every social setting, there are individuals who naturally stand out. People listen to them, respect them, follow their lead. That is status. And it plays a huge role in attraction. Research shows that individuals with higher perceived social status are consistently rated as more attractive. This happens because status signals competence, influence, and leadership. Women are not just evaluating you. They are observing how the world reacts to you. That reaction becomes part of your value. Imagine 2 men in the same room. One is quiet, avoids attention, and stays in the background. The other speaks confidently, engages people, and holds presence. Even if both have similar looks or income, the second man will attract more attention. Why? Because he stands out. He signals importance. Attraction follows attention. If no one notices you, it becomes harder for anyone to value you. This is why building presence in your environment matters. Whether it is your career, your social circle, or your skills, you need something that makes you visible. Rule number 5. Resources matter, but not in the way most men think. It is not about showing off wealth. It is about signaling stability and capability. Studies in evolutionary psychology show that women are drawn to men who demonstrate the ability to create and maintain resources over time. This does not mean expensive gifts or flashy displays. In fact, excessive showing off often signals insecurity. True attraction comes from a sense of abundance. A man who is focused on his purpose, building his life, and moving forward naturally creates that signal. Think about 2 different behaviors. One man constantly tries to impress with money, gifts, and attention. He chases approval. The other man is focused on his goals. He invests in himself. He invites rather than chases. The second man creates a stronger pull. Why? Because he does not appear desperate. He appears stable. He appears in control of his life, and that creates attraction. Women are not attracted to money itself. They are attracted to what it represents: security, direction, and freedom. Rule number 6, masculinity is not optional. This is where many men get confused. Masculinity is not aggression or dominance in a negative sense. It is clarity, decisiveness, and grounded strength. It is the ability to lead without forcing, to stand firm without needing validation. Research shows that traits like confidence, assertiveness, and emotional stability consistently rank high in attraction. These are core aspects of masculine energy. When these are missing, attraction weakens. In practical terms, this shows up in small moments: choosing where to go, leading conversations, making decisions without hesitation. These actions communicate strength. They create trust. When a woman feels that you can handle situations, she relaxes. She opens up. This is where real connection begins. Masculinity creates the space for femininity to exist. Without it, the dynamic becomes unstable. Rule number 7, growth matters more than current status. Attraction is not fixed on who you are today. It is influenced by where you are going. A man with ambition, vision, and progress creates excitement. A man who is stuck in the same routine creates boredom. Studies show that perceived future potential plays a major role in attraction. Women are drawn to men who are moving forward. Think about it this way. One man is comfortable but stagnant. The other is building, improving, and evolving. Even if the second man has less right now, he often attracts more interest. Why? Because growth signals future value. It creates anticipation, and anticipation fuels attraction. When progress stops, interest slowly fades. Now here's the bonus insight. The ability to say no is one of the strongest attraction signals. Most men think pleasing a woman will win her over. They sacrifice their time, their plans, and sometimes even their goals. But this often backfires. It signals weakness, it shows lack of boundaries, and attraction decreases. A man who can say no without guilt communicates strength. He shows that he has priorities, that his life does not revolve around approval. This creates respect. And respect is a foundation of attraction. Without it, nothing lasts. Imagine this scenario. She asks you to cancel an important commitment just to spend time with her. A weak response is to agree immediately. A strong response is to stay calm and say you will meet after your commitment. The second response builds attraction. Because it shows discipline, boundaries create structure. Structure creates trust, and trust creates attraction. When you stand firm, you show that you are not easily influenced, that you have direction. This makes you more appealing. At this point, everything connects. Attraction is not about tricks. It is about alignment with deeper patterns. When you understand these patterns, your behavior naturally changes. You stop chasing, you start building. You stop seeking approval, you start creating value. This shift changes how people respond to you. Most men focus on what women want. The real question is different. Are you becoming the kind of man that naturally attracts attention? Because when you reach that level, you do not need to convince anyone. Attraction happens on its own. Your presence becomes enough. Your direction becomes attractive. Your growth becomes your advantage. This is where real confidence comes from. Not from pretending, but from knowing your value. And that confidence changes everything. It changes how you speak, how you move, and how you are perceived. Attraction is not magic, it is a system. Once you understand it, you can work with it instead of against it. So focus on building yourself. Improve your mindset, your skills, and your environment. The results will follow. If this opened your eyes, subscribe now and start applying these principles. Because the difference between being ignored and being desired often comes down to what you do next.